something is going on with KATSEYE, and fans are starting to notice. Because this was supposed to be their biggest moment yet. A global girl group, a major comeback, everything going perfectly. But now, one member is missing. Fans are confused, and the situation is getting messy. Let's take a step back, because KATSEYE isn't just any group. They were built to be global, different countries, different cultures, different identities. And for a while, it worked. They were going viral. People were paying attention. Everything felt like it was building into something big. But then, something shifted. Not all at once. Not in an obvious way. At first, it was subtle, until it wasn't. Because one member just stopped appearing. No warning. No clear explanation. One moment she was there, and the next, she wasn't. Because it wasn't just a break. It was everything around it. The silence, the timing, and then something happened that made fans pause. She removed KATSEYE from her bio, and that might sound small, but it's not. Because in situations like this, that usually means something has changed. And once people noticed, everything escalated. Fans started asking questions, not casually, but intensely, because now, it didn't feel normal anymore. Eventually, it was called a hiatus, and normally, that's not unusual. Artists take breaks all the time, but this felt different. Because this is where things get more confusing. Officially, she's just on a break, but visually, it doesn't look like that at all. On one side, you have fans who are confused, even concerned. Where is Manon? Why does it feel like she is being hidden? Some fans started analyzing teasers, frame by frame, pointing at timestamps, like 025. That might be her in disguise, just trying to prove she is still there. Others are holding on to hope. Maybe they are saving her for a big reveal. In the official music video, it almost feels like they do not want to believe what they are seeing. But then, on the other side of the fandom, you have people who are tired of the speculation, tired of the drama. Then fans started looking back. Old performances, old content. And they started noticing patterns, small things that didn't seem important before. For example, during their debut era, some fans pointed out that, even though she was considered the center, she was often placed at the back, in group formations. And at first, that might not seem like a big deal, but when it keeps happening, people start to notice. Others also mentioned differences in line distribution, moments where other members had longer parts, while hers felt shorter, or cut away quickly. And then, there was one moment that a lot of people couldn't ignore. During Yoonchi's 18th birthday, there was a strawberry cake on stage, and while everyone else was celebrating and eating the cake, she couldn't, because she's allergic to strawberries. And that moment, even though it seemed small, stood out to a lot of fans. And when you put all of these moments together, the positioning, the screen time, the small details, it starts to feel like something people didn't question before is now being looked at differently. And this is the part no one is really talking about. Some fans started asking a bigger question. Is this really just a hiatus? Or is something happening behind the scenes that we're not being told? Because at this point, it doesn't feel like a normal break anymore. Then eventually, she spoke. She said she was okay, that she was healthy, that things were positive, and that should have reassured people. But it didn't. Because one question still wasn't answered. Is she coming back? And without that answer, everything still feels uncertain. And now, this all happened right before a comeback. A major one. The kind that should feel exciting. But instead, it feels divided. Because right now, there are two realities. One where KATSEYE is growing, performing, gaining attention. And another, where something feels off. And those two realities are colliding. And that's what makes this situation so intense. Because moments like this can define a group, not just musically, but publicly. And then, Coachella happened, one of the biggest stages any artist can stand on. This was supposed to be a defining moment for KATSEYE. Their first time performing there, a global stage, millions watching. But when the lineup was confirmed, fans noticed something immediately. Manon was not there. And this time, it was not just a teaser or a small appearance. It was the entire performance. the group went on stage as 5 members, and she was completely absent. And officially, it was still being called a hiatus, a break for her health and well-being. But for a lot of fans, missing Coachella did not feel like a small break anymore. Because moments like this do not usually get skipped unless something bigger is happening. And then, right before Coachella, the Pinky Up music video dropped. A full comeback moment. New concept, new visuals. But again, fans noticed something immediately. Manon was not in the video at all. Not in the scenes. Not in the choreography. Not even in the teaser images. And this is where things got more intense. Because the group did not just pause. They kept moving forward. The performances continued. The choreography stayed full. And other members filled in those spaces. Especially Daniela, who fans noticed taking on more visible parts. Now nothing was officially confirmed. But to a lot of people watching, it felt like a replacement, even if temporary. And when that happens, during a comeback, people start asking deeper questions. And then, fans started listening more carefully to what the members were saying. Because eventually, they did speak about her. They reassured fans, saying she is still part of the group, still their sister. And on the surface, that sounds comforting. But at the same time, they did not give a clear answer about when she is coming back. And that is what stood out to fans. Even Lara, while talking about Coachella, focused on how hard they were preparing and how big the moment would be. But again, no clear mention of her return. And Sophia emphasized unity, saying they cannot leave anyone behind. Which sounds strong, but also raises another question. If no one is being left behind, then why does it feel like someone is missing? And when you put everything together, the Coachella absence, the music video, the performances, the statements, it stops feeling like one situation and starts feeling like a pattern. And that is why so many people are watching closely now.